Okay, guys, as you heard, we're recording the meeting now. This is going to be, and I apologize, it's going to be a fairly short meeting. And I know that some of these online meetings are pretty boring. Okay, today we're going to look at the same stuff we looked at last week for you guys that have not caught up with the stuff that you missed. I'm not going to waste a bunch of time talking about them. You guys know what you got to do. It's up to you. It's not up to me. Then we're going to talk about task 5B. These are first class tasks. We're going to identify 2 ways to obtain a weather forecast. Task 5C, 3 natural indicators of hazardous weather. And then task 5D, we're going to describe and discuss extreme weather conditions that we may have here in the Philippines. Okay, I'm going to talk to the adult scouters in the next day or so with an email. Guys like Vince, Mr. Hammer, Mr. Ed, etc., to try and implement this proposed schedule that I have on the slide right now. I'm trying it, and this all, of course, depends on what the restrictions are for COVID. And I will let you know towards the middle end of the week exactly what we're doing. Worst case, we'll have another Zoom meeting next week. What I'm proposing to the adults is next Saturday, we have 8 people finish the rifle shooting by actually shooting. The following Saturday would be the other 8 people would shoot. Then on September 18th, I'm recommending we have a camp out, either virtual or actual. And really what we need is an actual camp out so that you guys can finish up the requirements for second class, which is a 5-mile hike, starting a campfire, and some other things you haven't finished. And then the week after that, a court of honor. Now remember, I'm not promising the schedule, but I'll do my best to try and get this schedule for you guys. Yeah. Okay, the following guys have finished what we've covered up to this point. Ethan, AJ, Gab, Cammie, Tristan, and Philip. The next scouts have got makeup training they need to do. In just a minute. And I've sent you and posted the videos you need to watch. You need to watch the video, come back and tell me that you watched the video so that I can check it off on your progress sheet. Just a minute, slow to flip the slides here. While I'm waiting for the slide, you guys that didn't know, Erica's not here. She's getting a COVID test this morning because she's joined the Army and she's going to the Guam tomorrow, and then she'll continue on to South Carolina where she'll start basic training. Okay, Adrian, I'm not going to read every one of these. It's a big list of videos that you need to watch. I'm not going to beg you to watch. You need to get with your mom or dad. And if you need me to send these links again, I'll do that. And then watch these videos and tell me you've completed them. Or else it's going to slow you down when everybody else gets their second class badge. You'll be running around trying to watch these videos. The top one you need to do is 2 hours of community service. You need to talk to your parents and decide what you're going to do for community service and get that done. Jimmy, you still need to watch the video about finding directions with no compass. Max, you told me last week you was going to get a lot of this stuff done. I haven't heard anything back from you. As far as I know, all of these tasks you still need to complete. Rifle shooting workbook. Gab, did you finish?
Yeah, I'll send it after my
But you
mom.
forgot to send it to me.
Yeah.
Send it to me this weekend, please. Right now, there's 4 people that have finished the shooting workbook. I think 3 of them are in 485G, and the other one is Philip. So if you guys want to shoot, you need to get these workbooks done, along with AJ. We're just as guilty as the rest of you guys on that one. All right, we're going to be watching 2 videos, which is the easiest way to complete the task for today. First one is identify 2 ways to obtain a weather forecast. Who can tell me before we watch the video what these ways might be? If you think you know, turn your mic on and tell me. How do you find out what the weather is going to be? All right, let's watch the video.
This is Scout Rob. This is first class 5B. First class rank requirement 5B. Identify 2 ways to obtain a weather forecast for an upcoming activity. Explain why weather forecasts are important when planning for an event. So the first part of this is, where do you get a weather forecast? And there are many places to do that. On the internet, of course, websites such as weather.com and the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA's website. Local television, which has watched the television, or you can find the weather forecast on their websites. Phone apps, and as previously mentioned, the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration, which all of these weather forecasts come from NOAA and the National Weather Service, at least here in the United States. Once you have your weather forecast, why is this important? Why is it important to check the weather before going camping? And the first and most important reason is safety. There are a lot of things that can go wrong on a camping trip. High wind, flooding, tornadoes, extreme heat or extreme cold. All of these can more than just ruin a camping trip. They can also cause injuries and, in the worst cases, even death. It also lets you know that if you are going to camp in extreme weather, then you need to make sure you bring the appropriate equipment. If it's wet, you're going to need rain jackets, and you might need tarps and other equipment to keep the rain off of you. If it's if it's cold, you're going to need, extra jackets and special clothing. If it's too hot, you're going to need ways to get out of the heat and get rid of, and keep yourself cool. And finally, you have to consider that you might need to cancel the trip altogether. So make sure that you do check the weather and that you have somebody who is weather trained going on your camp out before you go. This has been Scout Rob. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell if you want more great videos just like this one. Happy scouting!
Okay, so Philip, what are 2 ways to get the weather forecast?
You can go to your you can go to the news and look at the forecast on the news, or you can go to your phone and look at the weather predictions there.
Very good. Jimmy, what's another one?
Another way is to check by going to websites or forecast news to check the weather the day before you go camping.
Okay, good. Next task is 5C. Nature tells us with different kinds of signals, they're natural indicators of hazardous weather is going to happen. Let's watch this video and see what those indicators are that tell us it's going to be a bad day weather-wise.
This is Scout Rob, and this is first class rank requirement 5C. Describe at least 3 natural indicators of impending hazardous weather, the potential dangerous events that might result from such weather conditions, and the appropriate actions to take. The Scout Handbook has at least 6 of these natural signs. The first one is red sky at morning, sailor take warning. Dry, dusty air is moving away from you towards the east. Clouds of moist air might be coming in from the west. The second one is swallows flying near the ground because storm comes around. The low air pressure that pulls in stormy weather causes insects to fly close to the ground on heavy, moist wings. Swallows that feed on the insects will follow. Number 3, the smoke hangs low. Watch out for a blow. Low air pressure can prevent campfire smoke from rising very high. Number 4, when grass is dry at morning light, look for rain before the night. On a cloudy night, grass might not cool enough for dew to form. That means rain may be coming the next night. Number 5, mackerel scales and mare's tails make lofty ships carry low sails. Mare's tails are wispy, cirrus clouds, while the mackerel scales are small alto cumulus clouds, resembling fish scales. This meant a storm would be approaching soon and sails should be lower. And finally, natural signs of a tornado are dark greenish sky, large hail often in the absence of rain will come before a tornado strikes. The wind may die and the air may become very still. A loud roar similar to a freight train can also be heard. And an approaching cloud of debris, even if the funnel cloud is not visible. It's been Scatter Rob. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you like these videos. Ring the bell if you want to see more just like this one. Happy scouting!
Okay, guys, the next task, 5D. Well, let's back up for a minute. The video we just watched, Max, what's one of the natural ways to tell it's going to be bad weather?
Can you say that again, sir?
The video we just watched, what was one of the 6 ways that you can tell it's going to be bad weather?
It's when insects fly low, there can be bad weather because they can go down with heavy and moist wings.
Okay, Tristan, tell me another one, please.
When campfires don't rise as high as usual due to the low pressure in the sky, which means a storm is coming usually.
Okay. Adrian, can you tell me another one?
The clouds.
Right.
When it's dark.
Okay, the type of clouds, okay. All right, now let's go to this slide. It's task 5D. We're gonna go around the room and everyone's gonna discuss and describe extreme weather conditions that might happen in the Philippines. Joshua, what's some extreme weather conditions we might have here in the Philippines?
Heavy rain.
Heavy rain, okay. See who else I haven't talked to. Jimmy, what's another extreme weather condition we have here in the Philippines?
Extreme
Yeah,
typhoon.
typhoons, very good. You wouldn't want to be camping during a typhoon. AJ, can you tell me another extreme weather condition? Flash floods. Correct. All right, does anybody have any questions on extreme weather conditions that we have here in the Philippines? Wasn't that easy? We just did 3 tasks for first class. Do I have any questions from you guys? Vince, any comments? Thank you for tuning in today.
Yes, I've been very busy as of recently. Just started doing college, so most of my days now are occupied by academics. So I decided to hop in this meeting since I'm kind of free. Other than that, I don't really have any comments about the event, other than I think extreme heat can be considered as a extreme weather. It's not really that really seen, but heat can be taken into account since we're in the Philippines.
Very
Other
good.
than that,
Very good. Thank you. Any other comments, guys? All right, Jimmy, would you go ahead? And remember, I'll put a message up later this week, what we're gonna do next Saturday. Worst case, it's gonna be an online Zoom. Best case, some of you guys will come to my house to shoot. And I'll let you know next week, but you need to finish your workbook so you're qualified to shoot. Jimmy, go ahead and do your closing meeting.
Okay, everybody on your mic. Hey. Okay. May the great
Scoutmaster
of all scouts will remain with us and
Thank you, guys. I'll leave this in minutes.
Alright,
So we
bye,
can
Sir
chat with
Rick.
each other.
Bye, Sir Rick. Thank you.